Hey guys, welcome to Stay Fishy Friday. Yes, I am alone here tonight. Josh will be late. He says he's coming, but there's problems with the snow. So he will be here. In the meantime, we can keep this show running. Um, yeah, that might be from Josh now. No, that's just some schmuck streaming at the same time as we are. I tried when I found my streaming time to make sure that nobody else was streaming at that time. All the big wigs, all my friends, everybody. And I found the right time when nobody was streaming. I thought it was the cool thing to do. And, our old friend that we won't say his name no more, it all started over. He was streaming the same time I was, or so I thought. And he was only doing a premiere at the same time I was doing our thing. So I kind of got mad at him, but he wouldn't let it down, and he would never forgive me over it. So we don't talk about him no more. We're done. But you guys have heard that we've never talked about him, said anything bad, anything like that. Well, some people are just small-minded, evil at nature. Don't care about anybody. And when they feel that, you're no longer their friend, all they want to do is hurt you. So tonight, there is, he's putting out his live stream at the same time our live stream is to promote the fight. I just see it as another, ignorant move to try and hurt us, try and take some money out of our pocket, try and take some viewers away from us. Rod asked them, Rod tried talking to him and they're not doing this, and he wouldn't listen to Rod. So if you guys want to go see him, by all means, go see him. But we don't talk bad about him. We don't say nothing good about him. We just don't even mention his name. We moved on with our lives. That's the worst thing you can do to somebody who is, if you're a good person and somebody is just evil in your life, the worst thing you can do to them is eliminate them from your life and move on. Go make your life. Go do your thing. Go get ahead. Go, be you. That person never even affected you. That's the best thing you can do. I mean, you don't want to sit here and go back and forth. He said, she said, all that. It lowers you to their side, to what they are. So I just don't do that. I eliminate him. We won't even say his name. And that's that. So that's the drama that started tonight. And I see it as a little child trying to hurt us. It ain't hurting us, we will survive. We will keep doing what we're doing, and we ain't going to stop, over that pettiness. So if he wants to be petty, he can be petty. And that's all there is to it. And, and the other thing, this whole fight thing, this started long ways ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago. And I was supposed to be involved. But then I found out it wasn't MMA. It was boxing. I don't want to stand there and fight with somebody where there's rules. I was a bouncer for so many years that there's no rules. You get the person out of the bar. Do your job. And, people were just ignorant, and drunk and stupid. And you come up with many different ways to nullify the situation. I try to be nice till it's time not to be nice, like Roadhouse. I love that movie by chance. Anyways, so I'd come up with things, like, hey guys, this is my first night at job. Let's not do this. Let's go outside. Blah blah blah. And I've even used the thing. Let's go outside and smoke a joint. I don't get high no more since the '80s, but I use that as a line. And once they're outside, I just close the door. They're not allowed back in. There's many bouncers at the door and all this, and I escorted them out. That was my job, So, have there been people waiting for when I got off work? Yes, they were very mad. But, that's the job, So, all I know is for many years, if you hurt me, I hurt you back. I can't sit there and be in a fight with somebody in some sort of rules. You hit me in my face, I'm going to take you to the ground and pound you. That's not how boxing is. So I had to bow out. I'm not boxing anyone. You know what I'm saying? Um, first thing I'd do, they'd hit me in my face, and I'd grab them and slam them. I'd be disqualified or whatever, and that's that. Um, but I just can't fight that way. It's not me. It's not who I am. So it was supposed to be my son was supposed to fight Josh, was supposed to fight Lucas Pretz. And what's his name was going to fight Rodrigo. And that was the way it went on for a while. But then, there was so much different talk about, money this and money that. And then all of a sudden, no one's getting paid. It's only, the promoter of the thing, and no one's getting no money. And Josh backed out because he's like, I ain't getting no money to do this. It's all going to him. And, this is dumb. He has no need to hurt anybody. Don't feel like it. Don't nothing. And that was that. So Josh backed out and done. And not to mention, he's, 6-foot man. And he's lived with me all his life. He moves, 300-gallon tanks all the time. No problem. He's the only one that can handle their side opposite me. I'll grab a 300-gallon tank, but my son and somebody else will lift it up. I'll grab it because I can't bend over. But I'm still a hoss. I'll grab my side, and then those two will go grab their side. And, boom. And, that's how we carry things. I'm still able. I just can't bend over. It hurts, So, Josh, he's solid as can be. Even though he's so skinny and tiny, that boy is like, backwoods hillbilly strong, He's like working on the farm all his life strong. So, he would have messed people up. And it was little 5'6" Lucas Pretz, really nothing to show there. But, now this other person is taking it personal and wanting to hurt us. And now he puts his whole thing on at the same time. They're on right now. They're live. It's just dumb. It's dumb. We're better than that. You don't have to be evil to other people. If people would just be nice to everybody else, there wouldn't be problems in the world, Why do you want to be evil and make someone pay? Just stop it. Grow up. So anyways, let's move on from this. And I don't know when Josh will be here. He's fighting the snow. He's been stuck 3 times now, he says, but he's on his way. So we can move ahead onto the Tracy update. If I've got enough people, let me look. Okay, we got 242 people here. Let's go on to the Tracy thing. All right, this week, I always try and give you guys upbeat, positive, updates. I can't this week. It's horrible. All right, starting in November, they kicked Tracy off of Medicaid, Medicare. And I fought, and I filled out applications. Then I filled out one over the phone, and then one on their gov.ohio.gov. And so I've got like 4 different applications in, and getting her renewed and back on here. And then there was this thing to where if you put an appeal, you can ask them to cover the benefits while you're doing the appeal. So I did that. And she was able to stay on with nursing and everything else because this fair hearing benefits were kicked in. Well, now, December, I think it was 17th, they sent us a packet, welcome to CareSource, Medicaid, Medicare, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. It was like the 20th I needed to do the hearing. Well, I don't need the hearing no more. So I didn't do the hearing because they already put us back on. And then, 7 days later, they sent us a letter. December, I don't know. I don't even know if it's 7 days. December 27th, right after Christmas. She's going to have no benefits as of the 1st. So I went and I put in another appeal, and I did all this stuff, and I put in like 3 more applications. And I just found out today, after I put in 2 more applications after that, I don't know what's going on with their problem with their applications, but they're saying I never applied. I'm like, you guys are stoned. I've done 7 applications so far. So I did one over the phone to them. And then I did another one on their website. And I mailed in one. And today they sent me a thing. It was like, I got the mail. It was like, I don't know, 7, 8 at night or whatever. Or no, it was like 4 or 5 at night. And I got the mail, and it says that the appeals process was denied. So now, this is the bad part. Now, as of December 1st, they're not covering nothing. So all the nurses, they're up till now, the 19th, their company's not getting paid by CareSource. The waiver program, which has got us the nurses, isn't getting paid. Nothing. And, I was on the phone in tears with these people today. What am I supposed to do? I'm her ex-husband. I'm going to be sitting here. I can't take her to a nursing home because there's no Medicaid. They won't take her. What am I supposed to do? I'm going to be here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week again for months until I can get her back on Medicaid. And they were just like so uncaring. They didn't care at all. So he told me that they put in a note to go to the waiver department. So Monday morning, I'm going to get a call from the waiver department saying the nursing has stopped. And, there's nothing I can do. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to be here again 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, taking care of her, and no help, and no Medicaid, no pills, no food, nothing that they've been sending. Nothing. I can afford to buy all the supplies, but I can't afford the nurses, $25 to $35 an hour times 112 hours a week. Geez, you're talking, 22 grand a month. That's crazy. And that's not even what they pay, because they pay the nursing companies and they take some money out and then give the nurses what's left, So the companies work for the waiver program, and then the nurses come out here. So the nurses tell me, one's getting paid 25, one's getting paid 35. They must be getting like $50 an hour from the waiver program, I can't afford that. At $50 an hour, that's going to be like, 30 grand a month. I can't afford that. And, I can't even put her into a nursing home because there's no Medicaid. I told this guy, what am I supposed to do? And he's like, I'll talk to them again. I'm like, you talking to them ain't going to help. I'm asking you for other programs, other ways, another way, another source to get this covered until I get her back on Medicaid. You guys kicked her off. It wasn't nothing I did. Why do we have to pay? And it's just all bad. I've been fighting with them all morning. And, Tracy's done nothing to nobody. She don't deserve it. She's going to have to not have as good a care and just have me take care of her where, I'm getting 15-minute naps here and there all day long and all night long. And, I'm cranky and snapping at other people, and nothing's good. Nothing's good about it. I don't know how to fight the system. I can't. Normally I'll grab somebody and make them listen to me. I can't. I don't know what to do here. I have sat there and worked for hours on the phone. Hours, many days in a row. And it's horrible. I don't understand. Why would you kick her off when she's on long-term disability and she's making progress? 3 years ago, she was in a coma. After that, she was in a vegetative state. And now she's at the top of the vegetative state going into a mentally conscious. I mean, she's making progress. How could they just kick her off like that? It makes no sense to me at all. So, I don't know. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of like in a people-hating mood today. And it seems like everybody around me is just, I don't know. People are out for themselves, Like this whole Kathy thing, we thought we did a good thing for her. We're watching her animals. She's been gone since the 1st. So we looked up the laws, and after 10 days of not feeding your animals, they're considered abandoned. So I could call APL and have them taken. I just told her, get here and get your animals. Oh, I've got 30 days from the eviction notice, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Do you want your animals gone? I can call APL. They'll come take them. I won't have to feed them. And I don't know if you'll get them back. You know, is that the way you want me to go? Do you want to fight me? Just come get your animals. You know, you're forcing me and Skylar to take care of them. And, you know, she hasn't been here in 19 days. All of her stuff. She got mad because we planned for a week for her to come and get her stuff out of her room. I had community service people here and Skylar here. There was like 5 of us. And she didn't show up. So we went ahead as carefully as possible. Skylar was the only one in her room. She boxed up everything, handed us the boxes. We stacked them out here neatly. None of her stuff is broken. Nothing's taken. Nothing's lost. Nothing's nothing. You know, I don't need anything from her. You know, I don't want her stuff. And you know, she's, you know, accusing, you know, threatening me with lawyers and you know, I've got 30 days from the moment you evict me. And why do I have to evict you? If you're acting like that and you don't want to be here and I don't want you here, just leave. Whenever you can, leave. I'm not taking your stuff. I just, you know, the whole world seems to have like turned and it's crazy. And so I was talking to Skylar this morning about people being selfish, not only caring about themselves, you know. I don't like that. And, you know, Skylar started arguing with me that, oh, yeah, selfish is the way people should be. I'm like, what? No, not at all. The world would be a better place if people would think about their family first or not put their personal needs first. Put the family first. Put your friends, you know, first and do everything, you know, and not be selfish. It would be a better place. And me and her got in an argument. So we're not talking now. Otherwise, she'd be here because Josh ain't here. So I don't know. I'm just in this pissy mood where I just don't like people at the moment. Well, that went down the wrong pipe. I mean, how much more? I let Kathy stay here for a year, free of rent. And you know, she was supposed to move in. And the whole thing of her moving in was she'd help take care of Tracy. 3 days a week, you get free rent. She moved in and then she says, I can't take care of Tracy. That's gross. You know, she can't suction out her bib, let alone go in her trach. She couldn't suction out her bib without trying to, you know, dry heave. So she can't take care of Tracy. That was the whole purpose of you moving in. So I tried finding other jobs for her. You know, take care of the plants, help Skylar with the housework. I don't know. And, you know, for a year I tried talking to her, save your money. You know, she gets, I don't know, $1,200 or $1,600 a month from the government. Save your money. You can get an apartment and you're back, you know, whenever you find one. She never has. She just frivolously spends it on junk, always at the stores buying stuffed animals. I mean, how many stuffed animals do you need? I don't know. So, I don't know. Let me stop talking about people. I got it off my chest. Let me go back to the questions because I haven't seen any of them. Let me go up here. Oh, my God. There's a lot. I guess I said a few mouthfuls. Okay, so let me see here. Oh, Off the Don was the reason why I brought that up because he wouldn't. They say, why wouldn't they let Big Rich box? I don't box. Let me see here. And I'm holding a whole lot of stuff back. I'm not telling you guys everything because if I tell you everything to make everyone look bad, you guys are gonna say I'm being the bad guy. So I'm trying to be up and on the level and not talk about people, but I've still got to let you know how I'm feeling. I mean, this is crazy. Okay, this is way back at the beginning. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. All right, here we go. Now I can see. This is where I left off. I can take over from here. All right. Bambi, congrats on the babies, the shrimp babies. You're going to have your hands full. Once they start doing it, they're going to keep doing it. You're going to have them everywhere. They're going to be in the filter. They're going to be in the fiber floss. They're going to be all over. They're just everywhere. Okay, here's where I came on. United Drone says, hey, Big Rich from Michigan. Everybody said, hey, Big Rich. Thank you, guys. Let me see here. see here. Jen says I boycott. Thank you, Jens. Look at the loyalty here. Everybody's staying here. That's so nice of you guys. I love that. That's class family. We're just a fishy family. King of Fridays. That's right. Yes, I will. Rod wanted to know if I could be there. I can't be there, but I would love to sit there and watch that. Oh my goodness. Well, you guys are just going off the wall, ain't you? You guys are funny. Yes, David. David Smith says, forget bad people. Move on. Be nice. Yeah, we won't stoop no levels like that. Oh, Barry's BS says something about the electric eel tank. We haven't gotten to that yet because we haven't had a spare time when there's people here that we can lift that tank up and put the things underneath of it, and get the stand out from underneath of it. We've been so busy. Josh is working on one of his rentals, and that came out of the blue. Um, my nurse didn't show up. Okay. My nurse showed up Thursday and said that she fell down her steps, which, she hurt herself. She hurt her elbows, her back, or her knee. She landed on the bottom of the steps. But I got a call today when I didn't have a nurse, because you got to understand, Tuesday night and Wednesday night, I had to watch Tracy. And then Wednesday morning, I opted, because there were so many community service guys here, I opted not to sleep and then, do this. And then Thursday morning, Skylar wanted to go to the IX Center. Well, she don't drive or anything, so I had to take her down there. And so I didn't sleep in then. So, everything's okay. But the nurse came on Thursday, and I thought I'd get some sleep then. And no, it was it was so much was going on here. We didn't I didn't get to it. So now the nurse tells me that I have to watch Tracy Friday because there's no nurse. She's not coming in on Saturday, or she may not. I got a call tonight that she might not. She's not coming in on Saturday. So I got to watch. I had to watch Tracy all day today, and then all day tomorrow. And I don't say it like it's a chore, but unexpected times where I just can't sleep and it's building up. It just makes me cranky. It's just, I need my sleep, but nobody seems to care about it. Let me see here. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, hashtag Team Tracy. Yeah, insurance is the worst. 3 months and no medical because of miscommunication. Yeah, I don't know why they kicked us off. And then I got us back on, and 7 days later, they kicked us off again. This just ain't right. Oh, yeah, Tyler Kerr says they should have it on the record and on computer. They don't. I have the paper they sent me, and they didn't even have that on record. I had to send him a copy of it, and he knew nothing about it. Um, you guys are awful nice. Seeing all kinds of nice messages here. Oh, it only took me to 6:14 to get to the Tracy update. I thought I ranted for a little bit longer than that. Guess I did pretty good. Um, Marie Dean says, that's horrible. Can our case manager help? For the 3 years that this has been going on, 3.5 years, she has no case manager. I have to write downtown, and then whatever case manager picks it up handles it, and then will call or send me paperwork. She don't have a assigned caseworker with me having a number for him, so it's all messed up. Oh yeah, Pennsylvania Beagle says, I love my country but despise my government. You guys see what's going on in Texas there, where Biden's threatening to bring in the feds and take military action to get. They were tossed out by the what was it? I forget what part of the branch it was. But yeah, Texas got tired of it and took over and doing it themselves, the border, and now the feds are actually thinking about attacking them. This is crazy under Joe Biden's rule. One of these days it'll get better. I sure hope so. Oh goodness. Yeah, Kathy acted up on New Year's Eve and actually called the police and a bunch of other stuff and made some accusations. And then I told her, I can't have you here and you acting like this. You can't risk my freedom. No one's going to take care of Tracy. I can't. I don't care what kind of mental problems you have. You're going to have to find another place. And she's like, he evicted me. The cops told me I had to evict her and blah, blah, blah. And why would you want to stay when you're acting like you don't want to be here? So, I mean, just take your stuff and go. I don't get it. Janie says, call 211. What's 211? I've never heard of that before. Katie agreed. We need more selfless people. Exactly. Selfish people suck. Well, see, that was the thing with Kathy. Even though she wasn't helping me with Tracy, her, there's a lot of smokers out there that I can deal with, and some I can't. Some are just like a towering pile of smoke around them at all times. I can't have that walking through my house. This and that. Well, Kathy was like every 45 minutes to an hour, she'd have to go outside and sit on the back deck for an hour to smoke. Then she'd come back in, start to get working on something, have to go back outside and smoke. It's like, Jesus. So the next person that moves in, I'm going to put an ad out. I want a background check. I want to talk to your family because her own family don't want her to live with her. Her 3 daughters won't let her live there. So if I find out your family don't want you, why would I want you? If I find out, you've had, mental problems in the past, I don't need that here. So I'm going to do a background check on the next person, and it's going to be a non-smoker. My house stunk. Every time they talked, they'd come in from outside and just her breath I don't know. The whole house stunk of cigarettes all the time, and I hated that. Unfiltered Fish Keepers, $10 says, have a drink on me, buddy. You're a resourceful guy. You got this. Here you go, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Little bit of confidence there. I like that. Oh man, I knew Brian would be brought up. Guys, I can't talk about Brian without crying. So let's just not talk about him at the moment. I saw him like a month and a half before, and he was so like, okay, you got cancer. You say you got cancer. You don't look like you got cancer. You don't act like you got cancer. And then a month later, he puts his goodbye thing on there. And then a week later, he was gone. I don't understand how that could be so quick like that. So I'm sorry, but I just can't talk about Brian right now. Uh, oh my goodness. Yeah, I couldn't even watch that goodbye thing. To see him so broken and down. He was so virile just a month earlier. Just, he was here. He was talking fast. He was walking around. He was in amazement. He was in the hot tub. He was in the pool. He was alive. Just that's why we haven't really talked about it that much. I just can't yet. Yeah, if any of you got loved ones, man, hug them, kiss them. You never know when they're going to drop. Tracy got sick. We thought it was a cold. Next thing you know, she's dead. Brian says he has cancer. I'm like, okay, well, 4 or 5 years of fighting. No, a month and a half later, boom. What the hell? I just feel for his wife and, his kids. They got to be losing it. Yeah, he's a great man and done a lot of great things, but he also left a great strain on them. Not his fault. They was trying to build his legacy, but now they got to take over, and it's rough, and they have to deal with not only losing their father and their husband, but now they got all this stuff in process. Contractors and contracts and loans or not loans, or I don't know. Just there's so much that it's amazing that I feel bad for them. They're in a position. They're I don't know. Yeah, every time he was around, he was just puff it out, Tracy. If you guys don't know, if I have to run and suction her, you guys have to talk amongst yourself because I got no one here to take over. So she's doing a good job. She's coughing it out, and I've got a bib under her trach that catches all the slime that comes out, the phlegm. So, once every hour or so, I have to vacuum that out. So she's okay for a little bit. But if she starts hacking and coughing and can't get a breath, I have to go in there and suction her out. So I'm sorry for that, but I got to do it. Yeah, David. David Smith says Rocky said it best. It ain't how hard you can get hit; it's how hard you can get hit and keep on going. For sure. Yeah, Harley Gem says Brian's family and crew are doing an amazing job of keeping things going. Yeah, but just like here, you don't know what's going on behind the thing, and I'm sure it's a confusing, hard battle. And it's got to be rougher than what they're showing. So I feel for him. That's all I'm saying. I wish I could help him out any way I could, but Sue Ann says, oh no, Sonia Engelman says, please give your Tracy a hug from me from the UK. Of course I will. Sue Ann, that's funny. Um, I'm so glad I got you people. You guys are so caring and just wonderful. And I'm proud to call you guys my fishy family. See what this says. You guys are amazing. All right, so now let's go on to what I needed to talk about tonight. Oh, we never did drinking word or anything like that. Just if you see me drink, you drink. If you want to play that game. Red Hot Reptile says, "Hey, Big Rich, my arapaima is in a 15,000-gallon tank. Is that big enough?" Well, sure, for a while. When he gets 11, 12 foot long, I don't think so. But, you know, you could have a square tank. You could have a long tank. I don't know. I can't really answer that. Just remember, think of this. If you're in jail and you're in a 6 foot by 8 foot room, there's your bed, there's your toilet, and then you got a little bit of walking room where you can do a push-up. That's about it. Do you want to live like that? You know? So just that's how I look at things. You know, if I was in a 50 foot by 50 foot cell and there's 10 other people in there, yeah, it could be crowded, but that's a whole lot funner and better and socialized than living in a cell by myself, you know? So it's all on how you view it. David Smith says, "Does Tesla like a lot of swimming? Is he happy in the with tighter spaces?" You know what? He swims forward, he swims backwards. I never see him really coming out. At nighttime, he could come out. I don't see him. But during the daytime, I never really see him come out unless we feed him. And then he'll come up, get his food, and he'll go right back to his spot. So I don't see him swimming around a lot. Ouch. Oh my God. Red Hot Reptile says, "I'm working on making a 45,000-gallon tank right now." More power to you, brother. Oh, any big plans for OFR? Okay. Josh wants to, okay, we've got the saltwater tank. You saw that. And now we got the other, I think it's a 75 beside it. And all the other rock is starting to, pop out corals and stuff now. We have that, but it's really not big enough. And them tanks will start fighting each other. So what Josh wants to do, I want, the 540 tank. But then he'll have to take all these fish that are getting along so well and divide them up, everywhere else just to give me this tank. So what he wants to do is we have the 150-gallon in my house, and it's basically just full of community fish that I can give away. So he wants to take all them fish out of there and all the live plants, put the live plants in back, turn this 150 into a, reef tank type thing. The problem with that is it'll work and it's better than what they got now. The problem is I won't be able to hook up another saltwater tank to it. So like out there, we have the second saltwater tank hooked up and it's all the same water, but we can put fish that aren't coral safe into this tank and fish that are coral safe into this tank that we want to keep, So there's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts, and doing this. I would rather just fix the cement floor and then start my 265-gallon. And then beside it, where that little tank is, we can have a 75-gallon running off the same water, 4 fish that we have to take in and then find a home for real quick because they're not reef safe. Not saying we have a great reef tank. I'm just saying with all the corals we got now and how just absolutely beautiful it is, I wouldn't want to put fish in there that wants to eat them, Sue-Ann says, what would be the best filter? Sue-Ann, you know me. I love my FX 4, 5s, and 6s. And you said that's a 65-gallon tank. So it's probably about yay big around. And, you put that on there and you'll be fine, good to go. I would make a bubble wall to go up the back. That's very easy. If you don't know how, I'll show you. And then live plants in it. The more live plants you have, the less you have to do water changes. So I would stuff it full of live plants and just have that FX5 on it, And then we're talking about ease of use. Hardly ever, once every 4 or 5 months, clean the filter out. The plants stay in there and they eat the nitrates, so it's less water changes. It just makes it so much easier. Oh, red hot reptiles. I think I saw a message about this earlier. This arapaima is about 7 foot and huge for 4 years. Yeah, ours just turned 5, and we've never tried to power feed him, but man, he eats. He's 6.5 foot now. But we got him at a year old at 18 inches. So we didn't get him from a baby and just fed him the way we feed him. So he lost a little bit of growth there. Mm. The purple cup is back. I have like 3 purples, 3 oranges, 3 pinks, and I think 3 green ones. See, Airtime says Eheim filters are the best, hands down. That's basically, on what everybody, if he has that, he's going to think that's the best. If I have this, I'm going to think this is the best, whatever. We've tried a bunch, and the FX5s and 6s work the best. And, for our needs, lots of water pass through, lots of big tanks, so we use them. The things I didn't like about, the other filters, smaller hosing, harder hosing. Once it bends, it takes a shape, and it don't want to unbend. It turns hard. I don't like them little green hoses. The intakes were much more pliable and bigger on the FXs. So, I mean, Eheims have got, the newer ones have got all that digital stuff, but I don't need that. I just need it to filter, so that's why I like the FX5s and 6s. Brooke Holly says, I have the exact same Cubs. Oh my God, Ashley Wright. Well, she apologized for the joke. Zach Turnick says, how do you treat hole in the head? Now, you're not going to like this, but hole in the head is a disease that comes from bad water parameters. And all we do is water changes and give them good water. Change the water 50% every single day, for a week and get him into good water, and it'll just clear up on its own. We don't do no medication. Another one bites dust. Now we got the blue cups. All right, peppermint windmills, and I got to bring this up. He says, I don't use canister filters due to the risk I can flood the floor. Had some bad experiences with canister filters. That's why, yes, many cheaper ones do that, and it has happened to me before. You can always take a little tub, just a little round tub, like Walmart, $10, and set your canister filter in that, and you can see if there's water in there, if it's leaking. Could be the adapter for the hose and needs it tightened up. Could be the seal around the top. Could be the seal around the motor, or anything. A multitude of things leaking, but that tub will give you a leeway to see that it's leaking before it's a problem and gets to your floor. Oh, that's good. All right, let me see this here. Oh, we're up to 792 views. I guess it didn't bother us a bit, did it? Jim Bob says, he who must not be named has only like 50 or so. Yeah, can't hurt us at this point. And I see his videos aren't doing well, and if his live's not doing well, they can't hurt us no more. Thank you, Jim Bob, for that. Well, Jason Hughes says, I second that tub method. It's great for catching water, but, yes, and that's awesome, but it's great for letting you know that something needs serviced. There's an O-ring on the top, or, the hose where it gets bolted on, the output or the input, it could be leaking. So, it's a good for, keeping it from getting to the floor, but it also is really good for letting you know when your filter needs surface or service without doing any damage. Unfiltered Fish Keeper says, I got my 2,000 gallon roll. I saw that and it looks good. Send me some fish. I wish I could, buddy. If you're willing to make the drive, we will hook you up. But I can't ship them. And you're in the middle of just like nowhere. What are you, 12, 16 hours away from us or something? You guys remember Unfiltered Fish Keeper? He used to send us all that beef jerky and stuff. Oh, that was the best. Peppermint Windmill says, does Marineland still make aquariums? I don't know. They had a whole lot of problems. And I remember Dave from Something Fishy having major problems with Marineland tanks, and just everybody, they're leaking and stuff. So I didn't follow up on it. I don't know. I mean, did they replace them? Did they stand by their product? Do they still sell them? I don't know. I'm sorry. I just don't know. I never followed through with that. I'd like to think they did. They're a reputable company, so. Ultimate Fish Keeper says, I'm on my way. Well, you got a bedroom here, brother, when you come. Oh, he's on the Oregon coast. So you're like 25 to 30 hours away? Oh, my goodness. Katie says, Rich, have you had that cough checked out yet? No. See, right now I can breathe without no, phlegm. It seems to me that every time I eat anything, like if I just grab a piece of pizza and eat that, I have to cough for like a half hour to get the phlegm out of my lungs. And it sounds like I'm a smoker from way back, but I've never smoked. I even gave up weed back in the 80s, Airtime says I'm missing my super chats. Let me go look. I don't think we got none other than the $110 one. I'm way back here. Oh, Jim Sheasley for $10. I did miss this one. Hey, CareSource kicked me also off for a year. Glad I never got surgery. Check out WellCare. They picked me up without too much hassle with almost all the same coverage. WellCare, I've never heard of that. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate the $10, and I'll do that. But one thing I want to tell you, you said you needed new friends that don't drink. I pretty sure I'm going to give up drinking. So if you want to come hang out here, we'll do things together. You're more than welcome to hang here. I won't drink, and you're always welcome here, brother. Wait, is there another before that? Let me go back a little farther. No, I got this one. This was Unfiltered Fish Keeper. He gave me a drink. So thank you for that. I did miss Jim's. I'm only one guy with only one eye. So thank you. Oh my goodness, Captain Stanley's here. I ain't seen him in forever. Says, hey, Big Rich, what the hell's up, brother? You see it. We're doing the same thing. We're still getting by. Often Don says, you know, he's only watched mine and Brian's channel, and you know it's hard to keep him crying, but he'd watched me forever, and he'd really miss you if anything happened to you. Dude, nothing's going to happen to me. I'm a beast. I'll keep on going. My dad's 88 and still out there, you know, working his garden and hunting, and he's, you know, got a bunch of Indian in him and hillbilly, so too stubborn to die. Harley Jem says, it is hard to find groups of friends who don't drink. Sometimes. I get it. You know, that makes sense. Jimmy Blue, we don't know why she was denied. The first time they said that I didn't put in a reapplication, and I had 4 online of their benefits.ohio.gov. And that's their portal that they tell you is quicker than, you know, if you mail it in. So I filled out there, and then they said they didn't see it. I filled out a second one. They didn't see it. A third one still didn't show. I then did a 4th one, and then all the ones showed up. So, you know, I uploaded all the paperwork they needed, the bank paperwork, all this dumb stuff. And, you know, they put her on for like 7 days, and they cut her off again. So that's what I've been going through. And I don't know, they said on the cutoff paper I got, it was said, we chose not to have Medicaid and Medicare as her, you know, medical provider or something. No, we did not. You know, we filled out their things like they said. But see, if somebody's already on Medicaid, they should just have a simple renewal process instead of having to reapply for benefits every single year. Uh-oh, someone's here. Don't sound like Joshy. Kind of sounds like Joshy's husband. Oh, I hear my baby Laura. She's here. There's Joshy. The whole family's here.
What's up?
Hi, sweetheart. Oh, hi. Love you. Oh, my goodness. You're so adorable.
Here.
Oh, hi, Brittany. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Let me push. There you go. How's that?
Gotcha.
I can move sideways here. Oh. Dude, I walked like 8 miles at the eye center yesterday. My knees and ankles are so sore. My feet are like, are you crazy? I'm holding up 300 pounds here.
How was the boat show?
You didn't watch my video today.
Not yet.
We've
been busy.
It was, sorry, Josh.
Oh.
Okay, let me go to the video real quick. And you're not even in it.
I'm not even.
Josh, you got to scooch close to me. You can stay over there. We'll just be like, hi, Brittany.
You'll just hear me.
Look closer.
Yeah.
Scoot closer to your man. I know you don't like him much, but get close to him.
I love him. I don't like him. I love him.
There you go.
It's freezing
There's
outside.
the whole thing. I know. I was out there in flip-flops and my Carhartt coat, shoveling all that. Did you see all the shovel?
I did see it, yeah.
I was out there and I'm like, I'm a man, I can do this. And I'm like so out of breath and I'm breathing so hard and I'm just whipping the shovel and I'm just whipping it. And I'm like, now my throat's sore from breathing so hard. And I come in here and I'm coughing for like a half hour.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there she goes. There's Mama. Oh.
Oops, I don't want to
There are people getting stuck everywhere.
Is there?
Yeah, people
It's such a
all over
light
the
of
road.
snow though. It's
But
super light.
It's just coming down fast. It's been
Well, I doubled that
nonstop
because we got a nurse
10
coming
a.m.
tonight at 11, and it's Miriam. And she's older, so I went out there and did that, and then I don't know. You didn't hear the whole opening, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all bad with the nursing. It's going to be cut off Monday, and I don't know how long it's going to be before I can get it all back. You know.
Yeah.
So I've been fighting this fight since November, and I thought that appeals process was great because they had the fair hearing benefits that would keep you on, the benefits until. Hi, sweetheart. What is that? You got to watch this. You can't be chewing on that. Or that's all covered in like sticky residue of stuff spilled and stuff. You don't want that. Just let you know.
I know.
Okay.
He's good. She'll try and hand it to you, and if you don't take it, she'll be like, "You're gonna take this."
Oh. We love you, Laura. You're just too cute. Oh. I got you all your magnets. You got 2 kits of magnets in there. The ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. I got 2 whole boxes of them.
Letters and numbers. Not the ABCs and the 1,
They're
2,
the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. Okay.
Yeah.
You stop it.
It's just the chair is so big.
Hey, you can move over closer. There's another 2 inches.
Whoa, kiddo, your hair.
We're all touching hips.
So I touched on everything. The whole
Yeah, I know. I heard.
man who will not be spoken thing, the whole boxing thing, the Tracy thing, and I've just been answering questions since. We get back to the
which one of the points you kind of hit on was a bit skewed, but I wasn't here to correct you.
I tell the truth, so whatever I said was the truth.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
The truth is I know it.
Well, maybe because you haven't heard it in a while, but you didn't even know that I dropped out of the fight yet, because the last we knew it, we were waiting on contracts.
Right.
And I had promised her we would go diving with whale sharks.
Okay.
And the peak season to go diving with whale sharks is August and September. So it's right off the tip, right between Honduras
Wait.
and Baja, Mexico.
August and September, that's next year.
That's this year. It'll be our honeymoon.
Well, this year, yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be your honeymoon?
Yes. So
Okay.
we're going to dive with whale sharks.
No, you're not.
Massive. Here we are.
No.
Yeah.
Not without me.
Come on.
I want to be there for your honeymoon.
That's
How weird is that?
But peak season for that is August. So we'll be gone for a couple weeks in August,
Okay.
and that happens to be the time that the fight's going.
Well, I remember you having contract problems, and then he was going to pay you, and then he decided no, and all that kind of stuff.
Pay scale and ended up being at every pay-per-view you sell. The gets $7, so you sell the pay-per-view event for $30. I get sets of it type stuff.
I was scared of what you were coming over here to grab.
Then a majority of the proceeds are supposed to go to Brian Barczyk's Legacy Aquarium.
Okay.
We'll see, but yeah, I'm not doing the fight. I'll be in Mexico diving with whale sharks. Sounds much more fun.
Wouldn't have been a fight anyway.
We all know that one.
Hey, what does this mean? SX Bandit says, someone find Rich a pink Stanley.
Oh, you don't know what that means?
No.
Oh, you're so old.
I'm so old. Is that what you said? I used to like you. What the hell?
It's
So
just a cup.
do you remember the old Stanley thermoses that Mom used to have? You used to keep your coffee warm
Yeah.
all day. Well, they kind of went down in the dumps, and they came back out. This genius marketers said, okay, let's go ahead and release a small segment of colored Stanley cups and say they're limited edition. Now, all these white girls at Target and all these different places who are getting these new
Why you gotta be white girls?
because they're all your typical white.
Why you gotta be
girls.
racist?
I'm sure there's every race in there.
But they,
Right.
It's the same girl as buying Uggs, you know?
yeah.
It's that girl.
Okay, that girl.
But
The Ugg girl.
they all, rush to get these
You
cups.
can't do that, honey.
She's like, but it's
It's
colorful.
the
Right.
rainbow.
There's a bunch of colors on that. Let me flip it over. Oh, now I just lost everything.
Oh, you're fine. Think of it.
Oh, we got 960 people. He didn't hurt us at all.
60 views. That's not people that signed on, but still good. But yeah, that was a.
Hello, alright. You can look at the mouse. How pretty.
Yeah,
Kind of really.
Get this chat up real quick.
Let me get the chat back up. Come in here like Godzilla through Tokyo, girl.
Can she not play with that?
That's the
Oh.
TV remote. As long as she doesn't press the top power button, we're good. That is Flappy.
That's Floppy.
Oh, what's good? Had to bring Flappy out.
Ew, he's dusty.
You want to see a real fight? Try breaking my jaw again, fool.
I never broke your jaw.
You don't remember that?
What?
When you smacked Flappy and he had the
Oh.
broke jaw?
Okay.
Oh.
You wanna try?
Okay, Red Hot Reptiles. What are our thoughts on Sequest? We got a lot of thoughts on Sequest.
All right.
I told them earlier about how I don't want to talk bad about people and what they've done.
Yeah.
It's better just to eliminate them from our life.
So
Sequest is eliminated.
not necessarily. No, it's not true.
Do you remember the corner when I'm learning everything that I was getting picked up?
Well, I'll talk to you after the stream. We're going to put this question off till another time.
No, we just did went and we saved.
Stop it.
Went out to Maryland.
Just let it go.
We rescued and saved a bunch of fish from there. Again, too? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there'll be a video.
He's got a video.
Coming out.
Yes.
It's going to be a good one. It'll answer all your questions. That's something I have yet to tell him about because I just,
He never tells me nothing. Does he tell you things? No, you don't. You don't ever be like, how do I have to find out from my dad or my mom that you're doing this?
There are those.
Ah, see?
There are. He's like, oh, I think they told you that. Or it's like an hour before I find out,
Yeah. An hour before he's doing it, you find out.
Exactly. Oh, forgot to mention.
Watch it a lot.
Usually you tell me stuff.
all right.
Captain Stanley says, Rich, why are you holding your nips? Because he had that damn thing on. That shark on his hand.
Captain Stanley says, Josh, don't go swimming in the ocean. Have you not seen Jaws? I'll tell you, we actually went diving with sharks in Hawaii. That was like, sorry, that was one of the coolest things I wanted to do. She got.
Did you
got me
just beat your wife?
Yeah.
He's like, shut up.
So for my birthday, she took me out to Hawaii, and we did a bunch of excursions out there. We went
That was awesome.
diving with manta rays.
I'm living vicariously through him because I've never left the country, and they're going everywhere. So I'm like, I got to see the videos. I got to see the pictures.
So I wish I could bring you.
But now that excursion in Hawaii, a different one, we went diving with sharks, and it was in open water, and there was literally a feeding bowl of tuna on small bait fish, and then the sharks were coming up trying to eat the tuna.
From the middle, yeah.
That was in the middle of that bowl of bait.
They will just mistakenly take your leg.
It was freaking awesome. It was freaking awesome. We're sitting there.
Some sharks
like,
come up, open their mouth, close their eyes, and go through the middle. If your foot gets in the way,
I'd have punched them right in the
you'd
mouth.
have punched them?
Right in the mouth.
Right in the smacker.
You got to, right? So,
Once that foot gets in his mouth, he closes that. No punching him is going to save you.
yeah, let it
Like you know, we're like miles out in deep ocean. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
even worse.
you're
Yeah, it's like
No
you're
hospital
in-
in sight.
Yeah, it
what's
was
how deep
I
did you
think
say?
that, or even like 6,000 feet deep or something crazy.
Yeah, it was
Several
right
thousand
after
feet.
it was right after the drop off. Like this is where you go fishing for tuna and marlin. Like
At the
deep-
big
So
drop off,
crazy
yeah.
Yeah. So like you go out there, it's just dark beneath you. You look around and there's just nothing.
It was unreal.
And like you're like, I am so tiny in
It
this
was
big
so
body
cool.
of
You're
water.
nothing. You're a Scooby snack.
And then all of a sudden, like there's this buoy out there, and there's nothing but trigger fish, big tangs, and you're like, how the hell did these fish get out here in the middle of nowhere on this buoy? And it was pretty crazy. Oh, Laura, you can't have that,
We
baby.
saw this hermit crab floating on a bottle from like
Japan, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Super
Japanese.
cool.
Right
Did you
now.
check it for a note?
No.
I just saw like eating through, and there's like hermit crabs and
Yeah,
mollusks
and
swimming
coral,
on
like,
it. It
all
was
over it, too.
cool. It was very neat.
So that's not our viewers?
No, that's huge. We have 323 people on the stream.
How do you see that? Where's that at?
I see it on my side. Yours, it's got to be. I don't know. It's
Look, it's
so
just
blown
going up and up and up.
Up and up and up, baby.
Yeah, we're at 319 right there. You go.
Oh, there you go.
Current viewers.
Gotcha.
Oh, you got the sticker off. Good job. It's okay. Good
He
job.
says, ha ha.
But yeah, so the same time that it is peak whale shark season down in Mexico and that gorge that we're going to, and it's also right by bull sharks. So you could be diving with whale sharks, and a big 15-foot bull shark comes up right next to you, and like that's what I want to do. That'd be freaking sweet.
You know Tender Creek?
Yeah.
The guys with the clothing. They go down and they were catching bull sharks last summer. He says this summer when they go down there, they're going to bring us back a baby because they caught like 8 babies. I said, I want the smallest one, 2-footer. You know? He says, what are you going to do with that? I said, I'm going to let him swim in our tank until he gets to be about 5 foot, and then we're going to give him to one of the, what do you call it? Public aquariums. Yep. Yes.
Everything in that
Yes.
tank will be dead.
No,
Yes.
we'll feed him. I'll take care of him. I'll feed him. And whoa.
Whoa there,
Honey,
girlfriend.
I love you, but I can't give you this. I'm sorry. Yeah. Did you hear her?
Go get it.
She goes,
I'll go get it real quick.
you know
I
what?
think I want
Look
it.
at her.
I'll look, baby.
Thanks.
So watch. I do this.
She's thirsty.
Yeah. She gets that
That's where
from
she gets it.
Josh. Well, you too. You guys both. Every time you take a sip of anything,
You cute
you
little
guys
thing,
make
you.
that noise.
I'm so sorry. I would love to give you. I don't
So
have
funny.
nothing to give you. I'm so sorry. Oh, here we go.
Here, you want some snacks and some juice? Here you go. We gotta check. She's probably right in the middle of the computer. Here, baby. We gotta go back over here.
Wow. Yeah, we have a
Here
picture
comes
of
the
the
dad. Here we go.
There you go.
Nice and comfy.
Daddy.
See, someone knew what I was talking about. Sue Ann goes, and we will call him George. That was from Of
Yeah.
Mice and Men.
Nice and nice.
Yeah, and I will love him. I will rub him. I will hold him. I will feed him, and we will call him George. That was a sad movie because
Yeah.
Lenny. You saw it?
Yeah.
Did you read the book? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he gets shot at the end, and and he tells him to think about the bunnies and the oh, it was so sad. I love that.
Yeah, that was fun. Like the movie was exactly the same as the book.
Who was that? George Steinbeck?
No, I
Yeah,
don't
it was. Of Mice and Men.
Yeah.
George Steinbeck.
George Steinbeck. What you want, baby? You want the remote? You want your water?
Uh,
There you go. Yeah, he's got the expansion packs.
what does that mean?
Those games are naughty.
What games?
That one.
Oh, yeah, we've got do or drink. We got a bunch of them here.
That's not very
There's this one. There's this one. There's more downstairs.
Oh shit!
So I got this game as a Christmas gift, right?
Don't you have like 8 more of them?
Oh no, that's
That's
Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity. I got you a
This
bunch
is
of them.
do or drink, and we're sitting around people on Christmas and whatnot. So we start playing the game, and it is not family friendly.
No, a couple cards are, and it confuses you, and you're okay, and then all of a sudden, here comes this card.
At first, you know, you're like, all right, these are just stupid and weird. Go to the next one, and then it's just like full out raunchy.
Very raunchy, very quickly.
Every time I did work with them, it's too scandalous, too sneaky, too backhanded, too backstabbing. I cannot take people like that in my life. I have to eliminate them.
Oh, Laura, what are you doing?
She's testing the limits of imagination.
Oh, yeah, here you go. You like the fishy shark? You can have that. Ah. All right, let me see where I was at in the chat.
It's so hard to keep up with these comments.
I know.
But hi to everyone. I said hi.
That covers it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you want this pen? Is that what you're going for?
It's like coffee.
Jerry?
Oh, Jerry, that smells great.
What?
That coffee is making.
Oh,
Oh, please.
Oh, what medicine do I use for a ghost knife with hole in the head? So first, you want to make sure you just have exceptionally clean water, and then you want to. So most of the time, 95% of the time, you can cure a hole in the head by
Just
having
water.
exceptionally clean water. Just keep up with your water
I
changes.
told them
above board
earlier,
and
do
beyond.
50% of the water change every day for a week. Get him clean water. We never use medication.
And then if that doesn't help, our antibiotic medication that you can use. What's the one that I use? I'm drawing a blank on the name. It's was it
Prezi?
Is that the one? that-
Praziquintal or
It
Prezi Pro?
It treats lateral line erosion and sometimes can help with whole nut of the head. But I mean, it's a waste of money. I've been able to heal it 95% of the time with
Same thing with ick. We heal it with warm water.
exactly heat. It's like, majority of these, Metro. That's the one I was drawing a blank on. Thanks, airtime. I promise I know my stuff, but
Wasn't bringing that one up. That's how I feel half the time.
it's like if I gotta go out to the shelf and look sometimes. Sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't. But yeah, it's in general cure is Metro and Prezi. Prezi does parasites. Metro is the one that does the antibacterial or biotic. Here you go, baby.
Oh, you know who I don't see? Let me go back through here.
You draw.
Brit and Anthony.
Yes. I haven't seen them.
No, neither.
They mad at us or something?
Have
Yeah, they're
you-
not here.
Have you kept up with the super chats?
Yes.
Okay.
There's only 2.
Only I see 5 here.
Oh, wait. No, Bob Taylor. That's one I missed.
Did you
Let me
get
go higher.
Peach Easley or
I got the
Unfiltered?
Jim Sheasley and unfiltered.
Okay, Bob Taylor. At $10 says Joe Who, hang in there, big guy. And then Jim Sheasley.
I love that.
$5 says
Bob Taylor, thank you so much.
did you guys identify all those corals we picked? We
Yeah.
got about 90% of them.
Yes. With you guys' help, I've got a whole sheet that tells us exactly what they are.
And then
And then I can look them up and see, do they need to be on top, in the middle, or bottom? That's something I was missing, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So now I can, streamline it and make them grow at their best.
Yeah, because some of those are a deep water coral, and some of them are a shallow coral. So the lighting parameters are different on them.
Right.
But I've got a good mix out there now, and that tank is doing pretty good.
Right, there's a green one right here. Jim Sheasley again. Yeah, you got that
he's
one.
got that one. Sue Ann says, "Flap that like button, Fishy fan."
I like that.
I will say, Jim's supposed to come out and grab some fish.
Okay.
He might want some
You wanted
stuff.
them parrots.
Pet parrots and the silver dollars back there, but he might want some out of that front tank. Because if we're breaking that down.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a glowfish up there you can take to your place.
Okay. So yeah, kind of let that one out the bag. Front tank is being broken down, and that'll be the new reef tank for now.
There you go.
How
do you guys feel about
methylene blue?
No.
So
no.
It's good for one reason. It
does kill it.
No. Trash. It's
okay.
Mostly for fungal stuff, but I don't use it for fish. But it does work great if you are working with eggs. Like if you have fish eggs, you put methylene blue in the water. It keeps them from getting.
The problem with it is, it turns all your silicone blue. If you don't have a shell tank with black silicone, it's going to take your clear white silicone and turn it ugly blue with blue lines through it.
I did find a new treatment for it that works great that I didn't think about. But when you get shell rot on a turtle, no matter if it's a fly river turtle or if it's a semi-aquatic turtle, they get shell rot, and it's a real bad infection of their shell. Most of the time it's caused from a fungal infection, and I usually take them out, dry dock them, and use betadine solution, like a medical grade, and that works faster. But someone contacted me, and the person they got it from told them that to use methylene blue. Although it did work, it just took a lot longer, but it did cure the ailment in the turtle. But betadine would have done it probably in about half the time. So there you go.
And the airline turns blue too. Yes, Ross Dingle. So that's why I try not using that kind of stuff. As far as it goes, I turned the temperature up to 86. Now, it works a couple different reasons. The life cycle of ick is 7 days long. And what it is that they get onto your fish and they dig into the meat, and then they have a cyst, a white thing, and that looks like salt on the fish. You can't kill it at this stage. But they die in 7 days and release 1 million spores. Well, all them million spores in the water die with the methylene blue. Okay, so this life cycle stops right there. With turning up the temperature to 86, 87 degrees for 10 days, their life cycle speeds up and goes down to 5 days. So they, release the spores and they fall off the fish, and all the spores die because they cannot live in that warm of water instantly. So you break the cycle in 5 days. I say 10 days just to give you 2 cycles. Make sure it don't come back,
So yeah, so heat for ick, and salt for anything to do with fungal. You should not be buying no fungal medications from the store. It's a waste of money.
Yeah.
I mean, half the time you can honestly remove the fish, scrape if it's a real bad fungal infection, scrape the fish.
And then put them back in the water.
Yeah.
Still kills it.
Yeah. Salt is good for anything fungal, and also if your fish is stressed, it'll help give them a larger slime coat. But if you use the stress coat, that is a dechlorinator and has aloe in it. So it helps give
Helps,
a
yeah.
slime coat to your fish. So if you're
Yeah.
doing water change, you
That
just
works.
use stress coat, and at that point you wouldn't need to put salt in to help with the slime coat. But if
Right.
you have a fish's slime coat that's thick enough, it's also harder for parasites to attach. So if you have a healthy fish, thick slime
With
coat,
enough
parasites
slime
won't
coat,
be able
you're
to
good.
get
Yeah.
in as much. And then as far as like fish lice and pet parasites like that, you use Dimmel X. We have a bottle out there that's
No, you kick them out. Nobody can live here with lice.
but that stuff you kind of just you buy a bottle and it lasts you 10 years. We have one out there. It lasts us about two years because every once in a while we might get an anchor worm that gets past us, and we treat maybe every two years for anchor worms or something like that, or God forbid it's in quarantine. But you get a little $40 bottle, treats 200,000 gallons. It works wonders.
Yeah, I'm looking way back, and
So your only expensive, for pretty much fish medications that you should be spending any money on is bacterial.
and Canoplex.
Well, that's
Antibiotics.
Antibiotic. I categorize that in with antibacterial. You can justify that they're two separate things, but it's in the same realm. It's a bacterial infection you're trying to cure. You know.
Yeah, but the Canoplex is the only thing that gets absorbed through the skin.
and it's such a small rate. You have to catch it so quick.
Yes, and you have to overdose it with
But
Canoplex.
it's also there's gram negative and gram positive.
right.
So you got to make sure you've got both
For the
figure out
right-
what
right-
you have.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So that's a problem. And the only way you
Again-
can do that is with a microscope. So every good fish keeper should have a microscope in their arsenal. And you can look up, take a scraping of the fish's slime layer, put it on a glass, put it down there, look at it through a microscope, and you can look that up online and see exactly what is on there, what is, bothering them. And then you can get the exact medicine that they need. That's knowledge right there.
I mean, there's been so many different times that they're saying, "Oh, we're stopping these types of medications. It's only going to be available through a vet," and then people get
Right.
pissed. And
Sue Ann says, "Can I put my 10 tiger barbs in a community tank with white and black skirt tetras, bleeding heart tetras, large danios? I'm afraid of fin nipping." As well, you should be.
so it depends on your tiger barbs. Sometimes you might get away with it, but
I've
9
never
times
had
out
good
of
luck
10, they're
They will fin nip fish to death. So
They look cool. They're just not nice.
love them as a fish. You know what they're really good at? In big fish, like at the public aquariums, I've seen them. They put them in with like a arapaima or something, and then there's like 50 tiger barbs, and they're all in a school, and the arapaima don't go after them because they're too small, and it's awesome that way.
All right. I'm gonna try and pull up this picture.
United Drone says, "Actually, I came home from work, didn't notice anything bad leaving for work, and half the fish died when I came home. It sounds like you've had a bacterial bloom or a filtration. What do you want to call it? Where it wipes out your filtration, all the
Crash.
bacteria. Crash. Your bacterial crash, and then your nitrates are high. The only way of knowing is to do a water test. You need to know your ammonia, your nitrite, and your nitrates. That's the only way of knowing. You need to do this like once every other day until you get your parameters set, and then keep on adding in live plants and making it better after that. But that's just the same way with people's water change. Oh, well, my cousin has a tank and he changes his water once every 2 weeks, 50%. Well, how the hell is that going to work for you when you've got nothing but big fish and an overstocked tank? You know what I'm saying? You think you're doing the same thing your cousin is, and it's not right because you're feeding more. They're producing more ammonia and shit, and then there's more nitrite buildup, and then there's more nitrate buildup. So let's say you've got these fish, and the first week you change it, and you do a 50% water change, and you take it from 80 down to 40. And then the next week it's at 120, and you take it down to 60. The next week it's 180, you take it down to 90. It's still building up every week. And then 3 months later, you're like, why did my fish die? Because they're living in nitrates that are so astronomically high. It's crazy. Everybody and everybody needs to do their own water change schedule. What you need to do is take every other day your ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate. Okay? You do this. You feed your fish, you test your water. After about 3 or 4 days, okay, it's brought up to this. Do your water change, and you bring it down to this. And then you wait until it gets back up to 40 parts per million. Whether it's 2 days or 3 weeks, okay? At that point, you need to do a water change again to get the 40 parts per million down to 20. So you do 50% water change. So now you know that, hey, it took 3 weeks to get up to 40. Good. Every 3 weeks, you do a half tank water change, and you're good. That's your personal water change. People don't understand this, and it kills me. My brother changes his once every 2 weeks, and I did mine the same. You don't have the same feeding schedule. You don't have the same fish. You don't have the same size tank. How? Oh, that kills me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go on.
You're good. So, what do you think that is? That look like?
Ooh, that looks like a tiger nose mixed with.
It's a fish, guys.
Oh, a marble cat mixed with.
It's the first time I've ever seen it in the hobby offered. I think it's the first one in the world.
It's the face that kills me. The body I can get by with, but the face I can't.
What if I say one word? Jowl.
A jowl and a tiger nose?
No, this is a species. It's in the jowl family. Looks just like a jowl cat, but it's got this pattern of it. They only get about 4 feet long.
Oh, I thought it was a hybrid for sure.
But it's like you see fish like this. I'm not sure if you guys can see that all too well or not.
Ouch, ow,
but
ow, ow, ow.
You get fish like this that are caught in these remote rivers. This fish is critically endangered, and now is being sold overseas. And this is the first time I've ever seen it offered, and the thing is freaking sweet. I can only imagine the price tag that is on that fish. It is ridiculous. Recommendations for calibrating testing tools. Liquid kits are expensive. Keep going through ammonia and nitrate jobs. I will tell you that your master test kit is probably your most bang for your buck. If you get a digital, meter, yes, they're great, but you have to buy these little solution pods to calibrate your tester every single test. It is a pain in the ass. As soon as they can come up with something that bypasses that, and you can just stick the probe in the water or pour it in a little vial, stick it in the reader, and it reads, that would be good. But that's not how they have it. So these, little solution tubs you got to do for each individual test, it, takes a while, and they're pretty costly. So your master test kit drops. I think you get like 200 tests out of like each kit, which is a ton. But yeah, that's the best bang for your buck. Now, I will go through a master test kit probably once a year, because I don't normally test, the quarantine racks or nothing like that. I just go ahead and do water changes on them. So I only use test kits in emergency situations and on my main system for shits and giggles every time that I want to, test something.
Oh, you use the main test kit.
Right.
You don't use test sticks. They're good for in between.
Hey Josh, should I get a platinum arapaima?
Yes, of
That would be
course.
cool. I have not seen a real one for sale in the hobby.
I
I've
think
seen
you
some
should
fake
get one
ones.
and donate it to us.
Yeah.
For sure. We'll grow it out for you, give you full credit. Yes.
All right, guys. I am sorry that I was late to tonight. But
And now you're going to quit
I
early?
gotta go. No, it's 11:30. I gotta feed the fish and get her home in the bath and the bed before 8:30.
Why?
It's bedtime. 8:30. I'm a father, man.
I was a father too. I never made you kids have a bedtime. You guys fell asleep when the work was done because, yeah, I worked you too hard.
She's got bedtime. And my mom and dad have some dancing to do, practicing for the wedding.
So you're practicing horizontal dancing.
All kinds of
She
stuff.
laughed. She laughed.
It's not line dancing, all right. Here, come on, big guy. You want to show the audience?
Sure.
All right, guys.
I'm a dancer from way back.
I'm gonna go feed the fish, and I will see you all next week.
All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here too.
Oh,
And
we just take this hair and just.
uh,
All right, guys. It was not nice hanging out with you. We'll catch you all next week.
yes,
As always.
love you guys. Love hanging with you guys. You know, just you guys are awesome. Thanks for putting up with my rants. Thanks for putting up with us and everything that we, go through and do. And we will try and get you the saltwater system set up as best we can. It's got to change from what we got, of course. We knew that was temporary. We know that the tangs will not get along if they're kept in there for any length of time. So thank you for all your information and all that, but we knew this. So thanks for hanging with us and love you guys.
As always.
Stay fishy, my friends.